Cholera outbreak claims 4 lives in Adamawa as government ramps up containment efforts. NNPCL announces new pump price amid public outcry over fuel hikes. And on a foreign scene, Hayati fuel truck explosion kills over 15, injures more than 40. Hello, welcome to News Updates on Trust Television. I am Lilian Ogazi. And now to the news in details. President Bola Tinubu has commiserated with the people and government of Zamfara State over the recent flood in Gumi local government area and the death of over 40 farmers in a boat accident on their way to their farms at the weekend. In a statement by presidential spokesman Bayo Onanuga, Tinubu expressed the government and people of Nigeria's commiseration over the twin tragedies in the Zamfara community. While promising support for the victims, the president directed emergency agencies to comprehensively assess the two incidents to address the root of the calamity. President Tinubu also directed response agencies to work with the Zamfara state government to help those affected by the disaster. Also, Governor Dauda Lawal expressed sadness over the boat accident, which he described as a monumental disaster. The statement added that the Zamfara State Emergency Management Agency has been directed to promptly begin rescue and recovery operations. Moving on, the United Arab Emirates UAE has reportedly donated 50 tons of humanitarian aid to the federal government of Nigeria in order to support those affected by recent floods in the country. The head press unit of the National Emergency Management Agency, Manzo Ezekiel, in a statement on Monday, said the relief materials were handed over by the UAE Ambassador Salem Al-Shami, noting that the donation was initiated by the UAE President Sheikh Mohammed Al Nahyan as part of the country's ongoing commitment to assisting nations impacted by natural disasters. Ezekiel stated that the items were received by the top officials from the National Emergency Management Agency, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and the Office of the National Security Advisor on behalf of the victims. The Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ahmed Doma, expressed gratitude on behalf of the President Bola Tinubu, while acknowledging existing strong ties between Nigeria and the UAE. On her part, the NEMO Director General Zubaida Umar also appreciated the UAE government for the gesture, noting that it would certainly complement the bold efforts by the federal government to provide succor and assist affected persons to recover from the disaster. The Adamawa state is currently battling a cholera that has claimed 4 lives and left 36 others hospitalized. This was reported in the Al-Kalawa, Algia, and Limwa wards of the Yola North local government area. Chairman of Yola North local government, Jibrin Ibrahim, disclosed this during a visit to the Infectious Disease Center in Yola. He noted that the number of cases has surged from 20 to over 40, with 4 fatalities confirmed. Ibrahim praised the prompt response of health workers, the Red Cross, and international partners. He explained that the disease is likely linked to contaminated water caused by recent flooding.
We'll have to commend the health workers, the health team, and indeed our partners for the rapid response of making sure that they respond to the affected people immediately. A lot of them are responding to treatments, and it is our own duty to also go back to our communities and sensitize people of the need to take hygiene seriously and to avoid contaminated foods and water in order that we save our people. It is most unfortunate, but we hope and believe that it will be curtailed as soon as possible.
The Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawalle, and the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, have directed an immediate investigation into allegations that a naval rating seaman, Abbas Haruna, has been in detention for nearly 6 years. Haruna's wife had, while featuring on a radio station in Abuja, accused the military authorities of unjustly keeping her husband in their custody for almost 6 years. Reacting to the allegations, Matawalle, in a statement on Monday by his personal assistant on media, Ahmed Dan Wudil, said no officer should be subjected to undue hardship or wrongful treatment. The statement said, since the armed forces are built on the pillars of honor, discipline and justice, No officer serving the nation should be subjected to undue hardship or wrongful treatment. He assured that the matter will be handled with the utmost seriousness to ensure that justice prevails, adding that the nation remains committed to upholding the integrity of the military and the rights of every individual under the law. In the same vein, the Northern Elders Forum says it is deeply concerned by the alleged unjust treatment of Seaman Haruna Abbas, a military officer who it said has become a victim of egregious misconduct within the armed forces. NEF, in a statement by its Director of Publicity and Advocacy, Abdulaziz Suleiman, demanded swift justice for Abbas and his family. NEF, while also demanding that the military hierarchy take immediate steps to preview the case and provide the necessary support for Seaman Abbas rehabilitation, also noted that it's critical that the injustices he has faced be addressed with urgency to restore his dignity and that of his family. The statement noted that the circumstances surrounding the incarceration of Seaman Abbas, according to his wife's narrative, raised grave alarms about the accountability and ethical standards within the military hierarchy. It said the reported basis for the draconian punishment is not rooted in any criminality nor misconduct that would warrant such a severe sentence, but from Seaman Abbas' commendable act of gathering soldiers under his command for prayer, a relief reflection of his commitment to the moral and spiritual well-being of his troops. Senator Shehu Umar Buba, representing the Bauchi South Senatorial District, has pledged to continue advocating for justice for a slain charcoal seller allegedly killed by local hunters in Zaranda village along the Bauchi-Jos Highway. He made this statement during an interview with journalists following a condolence visit to the family of the deceased. Trust TV's Adamu Imam reports.
It was reported last week that charcoal seller was killed and another person was injured in a clash involving local hunters in Zaranda village to a local government area of Bauchi State. This incident led to the blockage of the Jos Road highway for several hours.
To our youth, our two young businessmen, they were on their local business. They were attacked by a group of a militia led by somebody called Shai. And Umar Shai, they were attacked and they were killed. They came here to commiserate to condole on the death of our young brothers.
In a swift response, the Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs stated that the senator should have investigated the matter before making a statement on media platforms for political gain. He emphasized that they will not allow political sentiment to undermine the existing peace in the state.
I, at this juncture, will call on all the security agencies that have been investigating these two issues I have already conversed to advise Senator Shehu Buba with a view to substantiate and corroborate his allegations as per cited. And we will not fold our arms to see that the good and reputation of the government is being tarnished.
Earlier, the Bauchi Police Command reported that the incident erupted following the arrest of a charcoal dealer and sporadic firing by members of a quasi-security outfit known as the Nigerian Hunters, Forestry and Security Service, according to some residents. The police commissioner assured citizens that efforts are underway to apprehend the perpetrators and bring them to justice, with the investigation still ongoing. Adam Imam, Trust TV News, Bauchi.
Ahead of the September 21st, 2024 governorship election in Edo State, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has rejected calls by the People's Democratic Party to redeploy the resident electoral commissioner, Anubum Onoaha. Onoaha has been a subject of controversy over his relationship with the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike. Governor Godwin Obaseki and Wike have since fallen apart after the latter supported his second-term bid following his defection to PDP. Towards this end, Obaseki and the national leadership of the PDP have expressed fears that Onoaha would influence the election to favor the All Progressive Congress, where Wike is now a minister. Edo State PDP Chairman Anthony Azegbemi on Thursday submitted a formal protest letter to INEC Chairman Mahmoud Yakubu requesting Onoha's immediate redeployment. But speaking on the development, the Chief Press Secretary to the INEC Chairman Rotimi Oyekomi stated emphatically that the EREC would not be deployed. He implored the PDP to focus on the process of election rather than Onoha. Moving on, as Muslims around the world celebrate the birth of Prophet Muhammad, clerics and faithful alike are urging the government to address the severe economic hardships currently affecting Nigerians. During the celebrations in Kaduna, the clerics not only prayed for the flood victims in Maiduguri, but also called on the authorities to alleviate their suffering and provide much needed relief. Trust TV's Bello Musa has more.
The celebration began in the evening with faithful reciting the Quran and singing Islamic songs. God bless the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and honor him, and also uphold his name. He made him to be pious and also bless his family. Thousands of Muslim faithful gathered at Ahmadu Bello Stadium in Kaduna, expressing their joy and gratitude for the gift of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him.
He is being commemorated, and significantly is to remind people and also show the whole world of the significance of the availability of the Prophet ﷺ, irrespective of the length of time, irrespective of nations, irrespective of tribes and ethnic groups, irrespective of anything. So it's cutting across all any barriers.
No one can quantify the blessings of Allah on this day. However, I am calling on the Muslims and other Nigerians to unite and pray to God to bring an end to the challenges bedeviling the country.
So coming here is to also honor my fellow Muslims who have been honoring me for years, and to celebrate the birthday of their prophet like they've celebrated the birthday of Jesus Christ with me.
Political and traditional leaders also graced the occasion.
Whoever associates himself with the commemoration and activities of the birth of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam will eventually benefit from that, because it's only Almighty Allah that will reward him.
The significance of Maulud Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam is an annual event that signifies unity of Islam and Muslim in Kaduna State and the world in general. And this is a symbol of Islam, the believers of Tariqa Tijaniya and all other Tariqa like Adiriya, every other set of Islam believe in Maulud, and Muslims are celebrating it every year. So it wants to show you unity and also coexistence with Christians, because you can see even the Christian faith are here today.
Day of celebrating birthday of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. All the Muslim Ummah in the world were happy. We are celebrating it today.
The celebration also provides a boost for food vendors and other traders who take advantage of the festive period to increase their sales. Earlier, over 200 Islamic schools participated in a vibrant street procession through the Kaduna metropolis. Bello Musa, Trust TV News, Kaduna.
This is news updates coming to you from Trust Television. Coming up, Gombe community cries for help amid rising water shortages. This and more when we return this day. You are welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is news updates coming to you from Trust Television. Let us take a look at our headline stories again. Tinubu condoles with Zamfara government and people over Gumi floods and boat mishap. Cholera outbreak claims 4 lives in Adamawa's government ramps up containment effort. Moving on to other stories. For years, the Hanyin Dogo community in Nasarawa Gombe local government area has faced severe water scarcity, making the area unsuitable for many domestic workers. During the rainy season, residents rely on an open well located in a rocky area to fetch water. However, the situation becomes more challenging in the dry season when they must wait for water vendors to deliver water supplies. Hassan Koli filed this report as he tells us more in it.
For many residents of Haindogo in Nasarau, water scarcity is a daily struggle. Children and the elderly can often be seen carrying buckets as they climb rocky terrain to fetch water from an open well, the community's most reliable source, especially for the poorest families. The residents have been grappling with inadequate water supply for decades and are now urging the state government to address the persistent issue with a long-term solution.
Mu har ga Allah gwamnati ta yi mana wasu abubuwan da ya dace, amma abu ɗaya ne wanda yake dan bamu wahala yake bamu ciwon kai kamar na rashin ruwa haka.
We acknowledge that government is making effort to improve our lives, such as the ongoing road construction. However, water scarcity remains our main concern. We are forced to buy a drum of water from vendors for 600 to 700 naira, which is unaffordable for many during this economic downturn. We ask the government to address this critical issue and provide us with the necessary support. We are facing severe water scarcity here. As you can see, we have to climb these rocks to fetch water from an open well, and that is only during the rainy season. Outside of that, we have to travel long distances, sometimes into Gombe town or the Kalshingi area to find water. We ask the government to provide us with boreholes, as we are not receiving any assistance with water supply. For 70-year-old Zainab Hassan, the water scarcity is a serious challenge, often forcing her to delay domestic chores and daily prayers.
We only get water through vendors or by climbing rocks to fetch it. As someone without children, I have to rely on neighbors for help as I can't manage the climb myself. Sometimes I even have to delay domestic chores and prayers because of the water shortage. This situation is distressing and I urge the government to intervene.
Residents of Haindogo lament that despite substantial investment by the Gombe state government in the water sector, their community has yet to fully benefit. The government allocated a total of 13,468,700,000 to water projects in the 2022 and 2023 fiscal years, aiming to alleviate water scarcity across the state. However, despite these significant expenditures, water scarcity persists in their area, continuing to cause hardship for households. The community remains hopeful that the government will soon extend its water project to include their area, providing a long-lasting solution to their water woes. From Gombe, Hassan Koli reporting for Trust TV.
Now moving away from that, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company has released a breakdown of estimated petrol prices from the Dangote refinery in its retail stations in Lagos, as well as other states in the country. In a statement signed by its Chief Corporate Communications Officer Olufemi Sonaye, the company stated that it is buying petrol in dollars from the Dangote refinery for September, and sales in Naira would begin from October. The NNPCL also revealed the estimated pump price for premium motor spirits for September 2024 as determined by Dangote refinery pricing. A breakdown of the charge from NNPCL showed Dangote refinery sold petrol to NNPCL at 898 naira 78 kobo per litre. NNPCL statement added that the estimated pump price in Lagos will be 950 naira 22 kobo, Sokoto 990 naira 22 kobo, Borno State 1,019 naira 22 kobo, and FCT 992 naira 22 kobo. A further breakdown showed that the northeast states would be paying the highest per litre from 1,019 naira, followed by northwest states from 999 naira 22 kobo, north central states from 992 naira 22 kobo, southeast states from 980 naira 22 kobo, south states from 980 naira 22 kobo, and southwestern states paying the least from 960 naira 22 kobo, except Lagos state paying from 950 naira 22 kobo. Meanwhile, the Presidential Initiative on Compressed Natural Gas (CNG) has commenced the distribution of 1,000 conversion kits across some states in the Federation to minimize the impact of the fuel subsidy removal. Speaking at a news conference in Abuja to mark the commencement of the distribution of 1,000 conversion kits across some states, the program director of the initiative, Michael Oluwagbemi, said the move will bring down transportation costs. Now, according to him, the initiative will generate over 100,000 direct jobs over the next 3 years as it aims to convert about 3 million vehicles within the same period. Oluwagbemi revealed that commercial transport operators will be converted free of charge to minimize the impact of fuel subsidy by bringing down the cost of transportation. The warehouse manager of the PICN facility, Moses Onete, while unveiling to newsmen some of the conversion kits at their warehouse in Ibafo, Ogun State, said the distribution is being carried out under a code name First Come, First Serve. He said 450 conversion kits had already been given out to states with an additional 550 awaiting distribution. Onete emphasized the need for Nigerians to embrace the initiative, highlighting its potential to significantly reduce the cost of fuel to power vehicles. The conversion kits are designed to enable vehicles to run on compressed natural gas, a cleaner and more affordable alternative to petrol. Now away from Nigeria, a tanker truck carrying gasoline in Haiti on Saturday flipped and exploded, killing at least 15 people. One of the 40 seriously injured was transported in a UN helicopter. Prime Minister Gary Conille visited the scene of the accident in the port city of Marigoine in Haiti's south. Other victims were transported to the St. Boniface Hospital east of Les Cayes. Local media reports that the blast occurred as the victims were trying to collect fuel from the crashed tanker. The nation of 12 million people has also been struggling with fuel shortages as fighting between gangs make it more difficult to import goods into the country. And in sports, the president of the Nigerian Basketball Federation, Ahmed Musa Kida, has expressed the federation's satisfaction with the performance of the Nigerians under-18 female national basketball team, the J Tigress, despite losing to Mali 76-56 in the final match of the FIBA Africa Under-18 World Cup qualifying tournament in South Africa. In his message, Kida praised them for their bravery, gallantry and determination to get the final of the tournament, while also commending the national male under-18 basketball team, the Tigress, for putting up a sterling performance during the tournament, despite the unfortunate challenges they faced with the South African High Commission, which led to their very late arrival to the tournament that sagged the morale of the boys. Kida thanked the minister and the sport ministry for their unending support to the federation and emphasized the need for early and adequate preparations for the girls ahead of the FIBA Under-18 World Cup in Czech Republic in 2025 to enable them do well at the World Cup. With that, we've come to the end of News Update here on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms for more news, programs and documentaries. Thanks for watching. I am Lilian Ogazi. Bye for now.